In today's video, we're going to talk about what is personal branding, why is it important, how can you build your personal brand, and how did I build my personal brand. In this video, I'm going to be sharing all that I did in my whole life that can be a good exposure for all of you to practice in your careers, to raise up the ranks and achieve success that you always dream for. Watch till the end as I will be sharing not only a bonus tip, but the biggest pitfall you must avoid in order to make sure the personal branding doesn't become detrimental for your career. So let's get started. How did a 31-year-old brown-skinned guy became managing director of a multinational company? That's my story. Apart from various other factors, one important factor that helped me was the way I built my personal brand. So what is personal branding? We all know a product branding. You've heard of big brands all around you: Apple, Coke, Unilever, all the things that you use every day. You see advertisements on TV. Each of those companies have a brand or a marketing manager. So who is your brand manager? Do you have one? Did I have one? No, I did not have one. I don't have one as well. Which means that you and me are the brand manager for our own brand. Is that a news to you? Well, I hope you take it very seriously, because no one is going to build your brand apart from yourself. No one will build it as good as you. So you need to build your personal brand, and that is a fact. And the reason why it is so important is we are all living in a very competitive world. Right from childhood, right? You're fighting for space in your house with your siblings. I had a very successful older sibling, very smart, intelligent, beautiful. So if I have to get a fair share of pie, I have to also build my brand with my parents, so they know they can support me as well. Same goes to in school. You're competing with all your friends, hundreds of friends. And when you start going to college, thousands of college mates. For placements, you're trying to fight for that best job you want to get. And then when you go to work, thousands of people are competing with you. Most people work for companies which is 500 to 1,000 people and bigger. If you have 1,000 people in your company, how would you make sure that the people who make the decision, the influencers, they know you? It's by personal branding. Now you must be wondering, what is this personal branding? How do I know what is my brand? The best and most easiest way to find out your personal brand is go and ask people around you, your friends, your colleagues, your teachers, your professors, your parents. What are you going to ask them? Ask them, hey, how do you define me in 2 or 3 words? What are the adjectives you use about me? So, if somebody says, hey, you're a very friendly person, you're charismatic, you're very helpful, you're very trustable, you're a visionary, you're strategic. These are the key words that makes your brand. Now you need to find out what is the current brand that you have, and then think about what is your ambition in life. Based on your ambition in life, you need to then figure out what is the brand that people should be perceiving you about. And you need to give those vibes to people as well. If you want to be a future leader, you need to be showing leadership qualities. You need to be a people's person. You need to be friendly. You need to be talking to people around you. That's the brand persona that you need to display and portray. So think about getting that angle first. Like, what do people talk about you? And what is your ambition? And what is the brand that you need to portray? And then you can start working on it. So how do you go about building a good personal brand if you're working in a multinational company? I think there are simple ways to do it. And today I'm going to share with all of you these very simple techniques. So the most important first step when you start building your personal brand is you need to be an excellent performer. You need to be a top performer in your current job. Your KPIs, your results should speak louder. It's very, very important. So first look at that. Are you doing a good job? Are you the top performer? Because if you start building your brand without doing that, it's going to be detrimental for you. That's the first step. The second step is for you to figure out, do you have a boss who actually promotes you? Like in many organizations, The bosses are very active to upsell their bottom lines to their bosses. Often in my organization, I would get emails from my immediate manager about his stuff, what good work somebody has done downline. If you have a boss like this, you are extremely lucky and fortunate because you don't have to do a lot of personal branding. Your boss is doing it for you. If you have such a nice boss, first of all, thank him or her. Always cherish this relationship you have with them. And also ask them if they can create opportunities for you to interact with the super bosses, with the management team people in the organization. Maybe a one-on-one interaction for 30 minutes or 15 minutes. That will also help your super bosses to know a bit more deeper about you. If you have a boss who is not doing your branding to their bosses, which unfortunately, my dear friends, is majority of the people that I've seen. Most managers are very insecure. They don't like to promote their downlines. They feel that maybe this person will get faster ahead of me in my career. They're always scared of retaining that role and the profile that they have. If you have such a manager, it is bad luck. You can't do much about it. Unless your boss is moved out, you have to live with it and you can't fight it out a lot. So you got to be careful and you got to do it in a very subtle way. If you have such a manager, the things that you can do to make sure that people above know you is maybe once a year send a seasonal email like a Diwali greetings, a New Year greetings, Christmas email that is sent to the super bosses or to the HR, just wishing them for the festival, and write a couple of lines about the kind of work you do and the kind of achievements and the sense of satisfaction you have working for the company, and thank them for giving you the opportunity to serve in this organization. It's a very subtle personal branding or marketing that you can do. The next point after that is companies arrange a lot of events and a lot of activities. Participate in them. Sometimes they may call for a committee, like they would have a Diwali function, they may want a committee to run the events. Put your hand up to be part of the committee. Don't run away from it. Be active in engaging in the company's initiatives and activities and projects. The next point is you may sometimes have an opportunity to be in a common forum with the super bosses. Maybe they're conducting a town hall meeting, an all hands meeting where everybody is called and they will give an update about the company. And they often ask, do people have questions? 90% people don't ask any questions. But why don't you take the opportunity to ask one or two questions? Ask good questions, prepare for the questions beforehand, find out what the company's focus for the future is. So ask some interesting, smart questions. Just asking these questions will make the super bosses think, hey, this is a smart person. Let's tap into this person and develop them for future. Also, after the all hands meeting, they may be having chit-chatting with people. Don't feel shy. Go and speak to them. Put yourself out there. If you're not doing it, remember somebody else is doing it. Somebody else is taking your place. There are so many intelligent, smart people, even more than me, where I worked. But this is where the personal branding helped me. So people knew that I was not only good, but I was also showing potential for future. And when you're talking to the super bosses, remember not to just take complaints to them. Take suggestions to them. Take things that can be even done better. If they ask you, how's things going, don't just start complaining about the customer, the market pressure, the price, product issues. We know all that. The bosses don't like negative people. They want positive people. Speak with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm. Show that you are the next big thing in the company. These things, my dear friends, will help you climb the ladder of personal branding and help you achieve success in your professional careers. Now the last but the most important thing. This is a bonus point. Now if you don't perform well and do a lot of self-branding, it will go a negative against you. If your boss is not appreciating you doing personal branding, it can go against you. You may even lose your job. So you have to sense the culture of the company, the culture of your boss. Then take a decision and then do the personal branding. I hope all these tips are useful for your growth. Do share on the comments if you're trying these things, how it works. I would love to hear from you, and DM me if you have more questions on my Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn. Thank you for listening to me. Till I see you next time, stay fit, stay positive, keep chasing obscene success.